Hey guys, it's Gary here again. I'm going to do a couple videos today. The first one I'm going to do for this video is I'm going to actually kind of show you guys my Blu-ray collection, show you some of the movies I have. I'm a huge movie fanatic. I love watching movies. I don't ever have time to do it anymore, but it's one of my favorite things in the world to do, right next to gaming. And I do have a pretty good, movie collection. I like talking about that kind of stuff. So we'll go over there. I'll show you guys what I have. Show you some of my limited edition, collector edition sets. I don't have a lot of those, but I got a few. Talk about some of the standout titles that I really enjoyed. Maybe get a discussion going. You guys can talk about some of your favorite movies. Some in there that maybe you've seen that you really thought was really good, that you really liked, that I haven't maybe got to yet. And then after that, a little bit later, I finally got the game room cleaned up to where it's not like a gauntlet trying to get through it. It's still not to where I'm comfortable showing it off quite yet, but I did clean out the area where my Final Fantasy VII shrine is, so I'm finally going to do a video to that. So after we do this, I'll definitely stay tuned. Probably a little bit later today, I'll get another video up of that shrine, kind of talk about all my figures and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited to finally get to do this. So without further ado, we'll cut over to the movie area and talk about those. Alright guys, here we are over in my little movie section. I don't really have like a big movie section like I'd want, like the video game section. It's just kind of over here by the movies, and there's my kids' crap everywhere. Kind of a modest little collection, but I'm pretty happy with it. I've put a lot of money and time into it. So I'll do kind of a quick little overview here of everything, and I'll kind of run through it. I'm not going to tell you every item I have because that would take forever, but just some of the standout titles that I really like. Talk about it a little bit. So we'll start up here. I am a huge Game of Thrones fan. I have not read the books. I'm a typical lazy American, so I'd rather watch it than read it. But in all honesty, between my job where I read constantly all through the day and then school, I get so burned out on reading I can't do it. But the show is very well done. They picked outstanding actors to play the roles, and I think they do a very good job. So I've got a lot of merchandise up here, obviously. So this is the Game of Thrones, the first season box set. It comes with this awesome little dragon egg up here. It was pretty pricey when it came out, so I didn't buy it, but then Best Buy had it on sale for like $40 for like 2 days only, so I got very lucky when I picked it up. I was very glad. Let's see, and then of course I have a whole bunch of the little Pop Funko figures. They're awesome. I'd like to get them all, but they kind of start adding up pretty quick. A lot of these I got at the Goodwill. I don't know why they had them, but Jamie Lannister there, he's probably, I think he's my favorite character. I don't know why. I know he bangs his sister. He's kind of a dick, but he's really complex, and even though he's kind of a slimy bastard, he's got an honor to him. I mean, he's really deep. He's hard to figure out, and I don't know if you guys watch the show. He looks just like Prince Charming from Shrek. I mean, I swear to God, it's like if Shrek didn't come out so far before Game of Thrones, I would swear they modeled him after the guy that plays his character. They look so much alike. But then you got Jon Snow there, kind of looking emo and just, what's the word? He's just kind of thinking about life at all times. Got a White Walker there. He's pretty badass. And Khal Drogo, I liked him quite a bit. I was kind of bummed he died off. You got Ned Stark, which I don't want to spoil the show, so I won't say anything, but very awesome character. Not happy with, I'm very bummed about his situation. And then you got the Hound, which, again, he's kind of a bastard. He's kind of a jerk, but for some reason I like him, especially now. If you guys watch the show where he's at with Arya, I really like it a lot. I like him a lot. So they're kind of a mischievous duo. I like it quite a bit. And then here's the Game of Thrones, the third season. This is kind of a cheap set. It looked way cooler when I saw the pictures of it. I mean, I'm still happy with it. It looks really neat, but it's just kind of cheap plastic. It looked a lot more high quality than it was. So, and up there, I just got Spider-Man kind of chilling. The Batman, Blu-ray limited edition mask set. I thought it was pretty neat. I found it cheap. What's that place called? Entertainment when I was stationed in El Paso. So we'll go through here. If you guys haven't watched Band of Brothers in the Pacific, please do so. Even if you've never served in the military, you can certainly appreciate how much of a masterpiece those shows are. Band of Brothers is definitely much better than the Pacific, but they're still outstanding shows. Dragon Ball Z, definitely, I would say I definitely prefer Kai over the regular Z series just because it doesn't take 30 freaking episodes to do a a spirit bomb and charge up or power up, and they just cut out a lot of the filler. They cut it from, I think it's like 296 episodes down to a little less than 100. So, and they also did it in HD. It looks much better. It's a lot more fluid. It's just a much better series altogether. So definitely, I prefer those. Here I said I wasn't going to talk about everything, and I pretty much am anyway. The Dragon Ball Z Blu-ray series that came out, that was kind of made me mad because I bought these two, and then Funimation decided, oh, you know what, this costs too much, we're not going to do it, so we're going to scrap the idea. And then they started over with some new set, which I've heard is actually better, but I'm just so sick of rebuying stuff through them. Like, they're just such cash cows, man. So the Game of Thrones series right there, of course. Breaking Bad, fantastic show. I mean, everything I have is, in my opinion, going to be quality stuff. I'm not going to buy stuff if it sucks. Sons of Anarchy, another great show. Spartacus was an outstanding show. Definitely give that a try if you haven't seen it. Terminator, a very, very good show. I'm so still pissed off that they stopped during that whole writing strike, because it was a really good show. I mean, it would have been a lot better if it was on a network where they could have showed a lot more violence and cursing and stuff, but it was still very well done. I got really into the story, and then it just abruptly ends. Super Mario cartoons, everybody, they're horrible, but they're still fun to watch. My kids love them. Big Bang Theory's funny. Sopranos was a good show. I still haven't watched The Walking Dead. I know you guys are probably going to disown me after that. I just haven't got to get there yet. True Blood started off great, ended on it's ending on a bad note. I'm kind of sick of it now. Got the old school Star Wars VHSs from when I was a kid. That's really cool. I still have those. Let's see. That's a really great set to buy, the 300 Troy Alexander Revisited. I haven't seen Alexander Revisited yet, but 300 Troy are excellent. The Sapphire Collection, which is like Braveheart, Gladiator, Saving Private Ryan, another excellent set to buy. See, that I'm going to end up talking about all these. This video is going to go on forever. I don't want to do that, though. Let's see. Aliens, I mean, that speaks for itself. That's an excellent series of movies. Not so much the later ones, but American History X. If you guys haven't seen it, definitely watch it. It's a great movie. American Pie, those are all funny, of course. Apocalypse Now. Army of Darkness, yeah. Any of the Evil Dead series, I love that whole thing with Bruce Campbell. They were just so well done. The new one's really good, just not nearly as good as the old one. The Army of Darkness is the funniest one of all, of course. Avengers, I'm more of a the DC fan. The Justice League, I'm kind of more into that movie. It was still a really good movie. Back to the Future is a must-have. Batman Anthology is a must-have. I mean, all the Batman. Boondock Saints, excellent movie. Second one sucked, in my opinion. The Bourne movies was really good. Cabin in the Woods, that was a very good horror film. I thought it was really well done. It had a really crazy twist on it. Let's see. The Conjuring, I just watched that a few weeks ago, and that movie scared the crap out of me. I can handle scary movies, but when you get into paranormal / possession kind of stuff like The Exorcist, I got a long story about that. That movie, The Exorcist, scarred me as a young kid. So even today, I don't believe in ghosts and demons and all that crap. But if I watch those movies, I'm not sleeping for about a week. Guaranteed. I can promise you that. It was a good movie, but yeah, it scared the hell out of me. Curse of Chucky, I really want to watch. Haven't got to it yet. Let's see. Evil Dead, like I said, those were excellent. Drag Me to Hell, it's the same director, Sam Raimi, so. Very campy, very bloody, very awesome. The Expendables. Dirty Dancing, that's for my wife. That's what I tell people anyway, but like me some Patrick Swayze. District 9 was good. Dread, I just watched a few weeks ago. It was a lot better than I was giving it credit for than I thought it was going to be. It was very well done. Drive is another very good movie. I don't think a lot of people talked about. What's his name? The guy that plays it. Ryan Gosling. I've actually turned into quite a fan of his. He's a pretty good actor, and he did a good job. That movie's pretty dark. it's definitely worth a shot, or definitely worth a watch. I definitely recommend it. Dumb and Dumber, it's a classic. Equilibrium, man, I think it's a kind of a hidden gem. I mean, maybe by this point a lot more people have heard of it. It's such a fantastic movie. It's kind of an early Christian Bale movie. It came out in like 2004. Kind of a knockoff almost of 1984, you know, where the government controls how people feel and everything. But it's such a good movie. It's awesome. He does like the Devil May Cry kind of gun con thing where he just whips the gun around his body and shoots people really, really fast. It's really, really good. And if you're going to get the Blu-ray, try to get this one. I think it's from Canada. It's a Steelbook edition. The one that we got here in the States is complete garbage. It's not even in a... They didn't even have HD audio. I think it was like a stereo surround. So, Evil Dead series, of course. Fast and Furious, I like those. Fight Club, one of my all-time favorite movies. Fantastic movie. Jackie Chan, a huge martial arts movie fan. Frozen, that was a very, very good movie. Even with all the musicals, I still get the songs stuck in my head. That's crazy. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, I think I prefer the Swedish version of it, but this one is very well done. I do like Daniel Craig and the girl that played, what's her name? It was very well done. Godfather, Goodfellas, great mobster movies. Harry Potter, I love those movies. I still need to read the books, but again, I'm a lazy American, so I just, one of these days I'll get to it. Let's see. So going through Ip Man. If you guys are martial art movie fans, you have to watch it. Donnie Yen is an outstanding martial artist. He puts out some of the best movies. I'm trying to think of what some of the other ones are called. I'm kind of having a blank here. There's Ip Man 2. Oh God, I can't think of him right now. But he's outstanding. He's a beast. I wouldn't mess with the guy. Jurassic Park. I've only seen the first one. Haven't seen the other two, so I can't talk much there. I love me some Van Damme. Back in his heyday, man, he made me question my sexuality. I ain't gonna lie. He's a handsome fella. Last Samurai is one of my all-time favorite movies as well. I have 2 copies of it. I just really like the Steelbook version, but very good movie. It's like Dances with the Wolves. You know, it's kind of a knockoff of that. But if you guys watch my channel, as I've said many times before, I'm a huge fan of anything Japanese culture, Japanese lifestyle, everything like that. So I'll be honest with you guys, that movie makes me cry every time I watch it. You know, if you've seen it towards the end when they're attacking the Japanese army and, you know, all the samurai are getting killed, and Tom Cruise and the heads, I'm just having a lot of brain farts today. The head samurai guy, you know, they're getting ready to pretty much die together. Every time makes me cry. Every time. Law Abiding Citizen is a awesome movie. I've not talked to many people that have seen it. It's got Gerard Butler and Jamie Foxx. If any of you guys have kids, especially daughters, it's pretty graphic in the beginning. You know, these bad guys break in, try to kill him, they kill his wife and his daughter, and it's basically him getting revenge on the justice system, the bad guys that did it, and it's some awesome torture scenes in there. You know, I might sound sick saying that, but when you have kids and if you think that someone ever did it to your family, you know what I was talking about. It makes you feel what he feels. It's a very, very awesome movie. I loved every minute of it. Looper was really good. I just watched Limitless a couple weeks ago, and I was having a hard time deciding, you know, what could be so great about it, but it's a very well done movie, and it really makes me want some NZT. Like, I would pay a good amount of money to have some of that stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe kind of depressed that it doesn't exist. Lord of the Rings, I mean, that speaks for itself. That's a fantastic trilogy. Man of Steel, it was pretty good. You know, a lot of people, it's very hit or miss with people. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I did like it. Matrix, that's one of my all-time favorite sets of movies, especially the first. They progressively get worse in true trilogy fashion, but Animatrix, if you guys haven't seen it, I would definitely give it a watch, because it's an anime style, and it talks about, it kind of explains, you know, the events leading up to the Matrix, you know, how the robots take over, why they take over, as well as some other things that happen during the Matrix, like how that one kid in the second one, why he's kind of a fanboy of Neo. So it's really good. You definitely give it a watch if you haven't seen it. Power Rangers. God, I loved Power Rangers as a kid. I haven't watched this DVD set yet. I would love to get the rest of these, especially the older ones, like with, you know, Tommy, the Green Ranger, the White Ranger. Oh, I used to love that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it now that I'm older. It's probably going to be ruined, but one of these days I'll get to it. Nightmare on Elm Street, those are awesome movies. I never watched them as a kid, so I'm trying to get caught up with them now. Ninja 2, and this, you would think, like, since it's Ninja 1, 2, and 3, that's the same trilogy, but it's not. Like, the first two is an actor, again, I can't think straight today, Scott Adkins. He is a very awesome up-and-coming martial artist, actor. He was in The Expendables 2. He's kind of almost like a protege of Van Damme. If you guys ever get a chance, watch Undisputed 2 and 3. He does the craziest crap. Like, I can't do it justice, man. He flips around like a freaking maniac, and the moves he does are unreal. And the dude's shredded. Like, he's worked very hard for his physique, you can tell. And he's just a complete badass. But those two are movies. The stories suck, but they have really good action scenes, so definitely check them out. Third one's a completely different series. It's not even the same universe, but I remember seeing a Cinemassacre review of it where James and Mike talked about it, and it just looked really, really horrible. Like, it's just really campy and cheesy, so I bought it when it came out. Ong Bak, that's a fantastic movie as well for martial art fans. Haven't got to Pacific Rim yet. Predators, I like those. Pulp Fiction, one of my all-time favorite movies. That's an absolute classic. The Punisher movies, I have it on VHS and Blu-ray. The Blu-ray transfer was really bad. It was like when Blu-ray first came out, so it's not that great. And this one, this is the DVD. It's the extended cut. It's got some additional scenes that I don't know why they cut them out, because I thought they were really well done. So, Punisher Warzone. I could probably have a whole video just about the way those movies are done, what's good about them, what's bad about them. I liked them both. They both have their strengths and their weaknesses. So, The Raid is a fantastic. It's an unbelievable martial arts film. Basically, these SWAT guys are, taking over, they're in a building, they get trapped, so they got to fight their way up and survive. And it's just got some of the most insane, fight scenes I've ever seen. Definitely give it a watch. It's amazing, and there's a second one coming out, so I'm very, very excited to see that. Return of the Living Dead, one of my all-time favorite zombie movies. That movie is amazing. It's fantastic. It's so funny. It's very campy. Let's see what else we got. The Rocky set, very, very good movies. Again, progressively get worse as they go on. Scarface, let's see, 7. That's again one of my all-time favorite movies, probably in my top 5. It's Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman at their very finest. Excellent movie. Shaun of the Dead, hilarious movie. If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor and watch it. It's absolutely fantastic. Shawshank Redemption, another fantastic movie, one of the best movies ever made. Showdown in Little Tokyo, it's kind of stupid, but it's just a great, brainless action flick. It's got Dolph Lundgren and Brandon Lee before he unfortunately died. But it's a good movie. It's got Tia Carrere, however you say it, in it. There's a nude scene. I don't think it's actually her though, but not bad. It's a good movie. Definitely worth a shot. Sin City, that was a great movie. I haven't seen the one that came after it. I think it was called The Spirit or whatever. Skyfall, haven't seen that yet. Spider-Man, those were okay. The third one I couldn't stand. Where he goes to that emo scene and that scene in the bar when he's kind of cocky when he gets the black suit. That made it so painful to watch. Super Troopers, I'm sure all you guys have seen it, but if you haven't, it's absolutely hilarious. It's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. Surf Ninjas, I was very happy to get that on DVD. It was one of my favorite movies as a kid. It's still today. It's absolutely hilarious. It's really corny humor, but I still love it. I can watch it any day and still laugh. Star Trek movies, I haven't got to those yet. I know you guys are gonna give me crap about it. I'm getting there. Star Wars, I mean, any person with any decent movie collection should own those, but any Star Wars fan must own that. I wish I had waited to get the set where they didn't alter it. There's a scene, in Return of the Jedi, I'm sure everybody knows about it, but when Darth Vader, when the Emperor is like electrocuting the crap out of Luke, Darth Vader looks at the Emperor, looks at Luke, and then he goes, "No!" and throws the Emperor, which was never in the original movies. I don't know why the hell they threw that in there. It made a lot of people mad. I'll tell you guys, I wasn't crazy about the special edition in the first place. I mean, it was cool when it came out as a kid, but they just added too much stuff that just did not match. But anyway, that's a whole nother video I can make. Ninja Turtle movies, you gotta have those. Again, progressively get worse as they go on. Second one's probably my favorite. It's just so silly and funny. I love it. It's so much fun to watch. Terminator movies, you gotta have those. Ugly Truth, I'm not gonna lie, it's a chick flick, but it's funnier than crap. It's a very dirty, kind of raunchy movie. I enjoy it quite a bit. I guess I kind of have a man crush on Gerard Butler. He does some pretty good stuff. And it's that accent I don't know if it's Scottish, but that accent, it gets me. I ain't gonna lie. Underworld series is pretty good. Some Van Damme stuff down there. Wake of Death is a pretty good Van Damme movie. He actually put some acting talent in there. The Warrior was really good. That's a very, very good movie. Definitely good. The Wrestler, another fantastic movie. I was a huge wrestling fan growing up. I loved the WCW, WWF wars. Not so much today. It's lost its touch. But that movie, I enjoyed it a lot just because it was kind of nostalgic for that factor, but it's an excellent movie anyway. X-Men films, all terrific. I haven't got to Wolverine yet. I really want to see it, but it looks really good. Zero Dark 30, if any of you guys are military, ex-military, even if you're not military, it's still a really good movie, but if you're in, a lot of the terminology they use makes a lot more sense. Very good movie, I liked it a lot. Down here we've got like all the Disney Pixar movies. When you have family, you gotta have these. I probably watch them more than my kids do, but definitely you gotta pick them up fast though, because Disney likes to put them back in the fall, which after that they just skyrocket in price, which is absolutely stupid. I hate that. So that's the Pixar movies, and the rest of these are just kind of kids movies. I won't bore you guys with these. Those are for kids. And then this was something really cool that I got. It was a limited run of this. It's the Dark Knight Rises Bat-Cal edition, and unfortunately I didn't pre-order it on Amazon. And I just got really lucky that Walmart happened to get a couple copies of this, and for some reason they were half off, so I think I got it for half of what they actually sold for on Amazon. It's really cool. I'm not even going to take it out. I'm just going to leave it in there because I want to be protected. So, very, very cool. I'm glad I have it. And then the last thing I think I'm going to show you guys over here is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles van, and it's got the entire old school collection in it. I think it's like 20 discs or something like that, 18 discs. Like I said, it's the old ones. It's really, really cool. I didn't even know this existed. We went to Toys R Us a couple years ago around Christmas time, and I saw it sitting there. But they weren't going to sell it. It was a return. I think they said they were going to send it back. And so I got it on Barnes & Noble for like $50. And I think it was a pretty limited run because I never saw any outside of there. And I think a couple weeks later it sold out. And then they started going on eBay for a couple $100. So even now they're super hard to find. So I was very, very happy to get that. It's really, really cool. And my daughter and I, we've been watching through the series for several weeks now. So. That's my movie collection, guys. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to ramble on. Like I said, I get really excited about movies almost as much as games. So it's something I could talk about all day. But like I said, if there's something in there that I kind of skimmed by and I didn't talk about, either I was trying to hurry so I didn't drag this out, or I haven't seen it. So if you guys saw something in there that's really good, I would love to hear from you guys, what some of your favorite movies are. Some hidden gems that I didn't talk about in here, what I should add. Just get a discussion going. I'd love to hear from you guys. So once again, as always, if you don't mind, like the video, subscribe, check out my other stuff. I really appreciate it. Get a discussion below. Like I said, talk about this kind of stuff. I could talk about this stuff all day. So thank you guys again very much. I appreciate your time, and I hope you have a great weekend. Take care.